would you do me a favor and please pass the honey?
Would you do me a favor and please pass the honey?
Oh, all right. You convinced me. I'll get you some in a minute. Hey, everybody. Jim Cummings here. Welcome to my podcast, Toon'd In with Jim Cummings. We have a great guest for you today. But before we get to that, make sure you like and subscribe. Our podcast has partnered with the largest Comic-Con in North America, Fan Expo, the Juggernaut. We're touring all over North America live, so get your tickets and come be a part of the live audience. It'll be fun. Go to fanexpohq.com for the tickets. We'll see you in a city near you, or a little bit away, but you can drive. And with all that said and done, sit back and enjoy today's episode. And as always, thanks for tuning in to Toon'd In with Jim Cummings.
Wait, Jim, I just want to go back really quick because I don't think you've ever told this story before.
Uh-oh.
I'm thinking about, you get the audition for Ed for The Lion King.
Wow.
It says laugh, right?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
How do you come up
That
with
is
the
a
laugh?
great one.
How do you come up with the
Yeah.
laugh? Because that's an iconic laugh.
Yeah, well, I asked them that, and I said, I remember it was Rob Minkoff, the great Rob Minkoff, and I said, so he's a laughing hyena, and I go, okay, well, what the hell is he laughing at? I mean, I just,
Was that just like instinct, the first thing that came up, like that sound?
Yeah, it was, and
Had you seen a drawing of the character?
Yeah.
So that informed you a
oh
little
yeah,
bit.
that helps, yeah. And he had those Marty Feldman eyes. And so I thought, well, this guy, he's not going to sound like the smartest fella. This is not a Shakespearean. He's not taking time off from, doing accounting or something to do this movie. Ed isn't. And, and the other two were Shenzi and Bonsai and Ed. So he's jacked up right off the bat. He's not even a proper African. But I said, well, how are you going to use him? And he was half sight gag, half audio gag. And they said, well, all he's going to do, that's it, nothing else but is laugh. And you have to portray all these different emotions, but you have to be laughing. So I was like, okay, well, he's not ever sad, isn't he? Oh yeah, he's sad. And I said, all right, you know what? And I just said, give me the legal pad. Grabbed a legal pad, and I grabbed a pencil. And I said, can we write down some emotions that are going on? And he said, yeah. Apprehension, fright, crazy fright, lascivious feelings.
I don't even know what that means.
Betrayal. Yeah, I don't either. I just pretended. I just laughed, and it went down the line and wrote all these emotions, and he just said, "Tell you what, we're just going to roll tape," and I was like, okay, and they also rolled video, and I remember, what was it at D23. Years ago, I think it was the 25th anniversary of The Lion King, they cruelly showed the world pictures of me there, and I had all this long dark hair, and it was, and I'm just standing there laughing my ass off at this, that, and the other thing, and I was going down the line: betrayal, distrust, fear, panic. How do you, panic laughter? Sure, why not? And I just went on down the line, and it took about a half an hour, maybe a little more. And I looked, and they were all standing up going, yeah. You couldn't hear them. But I said, how are we doing? He goes, we have Ed. And it gave me goosebumps. And I was like, okay, wow, I'm in this movie. But at the time, you don't know it's going to be The Lion King. You just think it's a show that's called The Lion King. And then it was The Lion King. So
I feel like that's something that's changed a lot over the years. I feel like a lot of the times you get cast in something, it's going to be big these days.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
I mean, true.
I got to be honest. Sometimes you get that thing. You're like, my life is going to. Well, no, not that. I will not.
No,
but I mean, there are some really great things. Where you're like, this is going to change my life. But then it's like Tia and Tamara Snow Globe Christmas is what's paying your bills. You have no idea.
The first thing that
resonate.
came to my mind for you was Apex Legends.
Yeah.
That was the first thing I thought of.
I remember thinking, is this Titanfall? And, that was the running joke because Lifeline originally had like a patch over her eye, and she had like these cargo pants. So I was like, she looks like Lisa Left Eye. Mm-hmm. So I'd be like, don't go chasing Titanfall,
Oh, no.
And so I was like ribbing him, and then she did not have the patch once it came out. So I guess they were like, yeah, I guess maybe she does.
Wow.
But it was going to come out. They said, we have got 8 Legends. We're going to do 4 in September and then 4 in February. And then they said, we're going to put it all out at once. So we're going to put it out maybe January, February. I said, great. When are they going to start advertising it so I can, repost it? And they're like, well, EA's decided that we're not going to advertise it at all. We're just going to drop it. And if it catches, great. And there was like silence in the room, which is usually code for we're shelving your game or your movie. I had been in the industry long enough to have a few movies that I was like,
don't expect.
Right?
Yeah.
So I was thinking, well, it was really great working with the team. And they were very special. It was a smaller
Did you guys record
writing
together?
team. We did. The writing team was there, directors.
No kidding. That's so much better.
Yeah. And so, even when we were working on our original voice, they went with like this lower smoky voice, but then they cast and all like half of the female characters all had this smoky voice. When it came in, like, can we go with a higher voice? I'm the one you should have concerns about. Like she was more fun. And it was just really collaborative. And I didn't know what the rules were, but when it landed and 1 o'clock in the afternoon, the casting director said, hey, your game came out if you don't mind tweeting about it. Mm-hmm. And so we look around the internet and we find a picture of our character because we don't know who else is in the game. We don't really know what our character is going to look like because we only have the initial drawings. Mm-hmm. So I got online and there's a lot of stuff online. Like 1 million people were already playing. And I'm like, is that a lot? And then it was 15 million people. And I was like, I guess that seems like a lot. Is it a lot? I don't know, right? And it was this juggernaut. And so like 3 days later, I went on this women's retreat where you like get rid of your phone and you just like lean in to your beauty. And ironically, my goal for this women's weekend was I had been cast as Princess Xanda in Black Panther's Quest for Marvel, Jade for Mortal Kombat, which I thought was going to be the bigger role. And I mean, it's a wonderful role, but I had no idea Lifeline was going to resonate in the way that it did. But I wanted to feel as beautiful and as iconic as the characters I played. I had this sort of imposter syndrome, and I just wanted to lean into feeling like I deserved the blessings that were coming my way. Mm. And it was this wonderful weekend, and we didn't have our phones. And so I came back after 3 days. My phone was blowing up.
Sure.
The person I was seeing at the time was like, and I walked in the door to see him, and he was like, you have so many great skills. And I was like, oh, they called our partners to like, pump us up when we get, home, right? And he meant Lifeline. I was like, all right, sorry. I love my feminine laugh there. Sorry, guys. It was one of those things where you're like, okay. But it was good that I took this little women's weekend because all of our lives changed after that. You feel like you're, kind of at the table at the side and who's going to know you, but 150 million people were playing that game. And then the pandemic happened. And so when Nicholas Roy, who plays Octane, and we're paired as friends in the game as well, and we're friends in real life. So in 2022, when they started opening things up for us to perform together and to appear together, we went back to Australia. I hadn't been back since 2011, I guess. And there was a line outside the door to talk to us.
Wow.
That's cool.
And I thought,
nothing wrong with that.
Because voice actors, we don't expect that. I remember the lines for the on-camera actors, right?
Sure, yeah.
And meanwhile, the on-camera actors were like, what do you do? And they're like from Star Wars and American Gods and all of these incredible shows, right? And Nick and I were like, what just happened? Mm-hmm. But like you said, people would say, your voice guided me through a really hard time, when I was alone. And my wife and I met, the husband, we had Octane Maine, wife Lifeline Maine, and we got married, and here's our picture, and they're dressed up like us. We weren't ready
that's great.
The fans were just, it was like that little girl that was so lonely and didn't have a lot of friends.
Yeah.
I ended up having like a lunch table that included the whole world. And everybody sharing sandwiches, like just talking. The world became such a welcoming place. And I'm sure that it was before. I just dealt with anxiety and, the stories we tell ourselves sometimes.
Sure.
Well, it sounds like you just one phrase I always use, in Hollywood or in entertainment period, you have to find your tribe, like you have to find that tribe of people that you really gel with. And we're all, as you're searching through your career, I feel like you're always kind of looking for your tribe, and then, sometimes you see it, especially you feel it a lot, at least I feel it a lot in acting class, you can really feel like the established tribes in the classes,
That's right.
and like everybody's so proud of each other, like, oh my God, did you hear Amy booked, Firefly or whatever,
Right.
And then, but you can kind of tell like, oh, that's their tribe. Like, they're very invested in each other's careers, whereas maybe, whatever you bond with, maybe, you do horror films and another actress or actor does horror films or voiemvoiceover, you know what I mean? That's
and
all I have to say.
voiceover, like it's everybody's very welcoming. And I think for a lot of us, and maybe Jim, it was always this way for you because Disney's kind of a huge thing. But all of a sudden my tribe was the Disney tribe, the Nickelodeon tribe, the Apex tribe, the Mortal Kombat
damn
tribe.
fine tribes.
It was a lot. It was a world tribe.
You could take over the world.
Yeah, or at least, hang out with it.
Yeah.
It was just, it's been like the different, I feel like our life is like lottery scratchers where you just win money every time they're like, oh, you booked something. I didn't prepare for the Powerball. I feel like I've won the lottery when it comes to careers, friends, possibilities. It's really lovely.
Yeah. And it keeps you grateful.
It's hard not to be.
Yeah, it's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, I'm going to try not to cry now. I'm like sitting with Jim
Oh,
Cummings.
no, my God. What are we going to do with
There's
her?
a tear in the universe and anything's possible.
Mike, what are we going to do with you? I do have a question. What is your best memory? Did you delve into the best memory of?
Best memory ever?
Ever? Dean Vogel, my teacher.
Okay.
My mom was called away to something for the military, and they had to figure out who was going to pick me up from school. And Dean was never very alarmist, but he ended up being a specialist with children. He's just an incredible teacher, but he played guitar. And so he would sing Cat Stevens' I'm Being Followed by a Moon Shadow, Country Roads, Leaving on a Jet Plane, all these songs I had never heard, but he would just sing all 16 million verses. And I remember how much that calmed me. And he was like, no, it's okay. You didn't get left behind. And I just remember that was my first impression. My father, I didn't know my biological father, and my other father had passed away when I was a little girl. So Dean was just this shaggy-haired, just hippie of a dude, love kids, he was just perfectly drawn to be a teacher. But just when I would sit next to him, I could feel the vibration of the guitar, it'd be right near my face. And just that feeling of music, and his voice was very deep. And I remember thinking and telling him I want to be like a marine biologist, a quantum physicist, and maybe a singer.
Wow, sure.
And he was like,
why not?
Yeah, why not? That's what he said too.
Okay, that's good.
Listen, 1 out of 3 ain't bad.
Wow.
And I love math and I love quantum theory. And some people are like, oh, I'm terrible at math. I love math. I'm not good at it, but I love it.
Wow.
You don't have to be great at something to love it. Karaoke bars, all over the world. But my best memory would be, that was the first memory. It's probably not my best, but it's one of the great ones, is the power of a moment. And it reminds me, if we can do that for people, whether it's signing autographs or talking to a fan or, asking someone how their day was when they look like it's not fine. I'm sure he just was singing songs.
Yeah.
I'm sure he wasn't like, I'm about to change this girl's life forever. Do you know?
Well, Cat Stevens' Moonshadow was playing when I walked out the front door of my parents' house when I was 19 and moved to New Orleans. Wow. Just to leave, just to get. I had to go. I was in Youngstown. Great place, but it's a good
What a
place
song,
to be from.
right?
Yeah, it was a good. And I remember walking down the driveway. I'm being followed by a moon shadow, moon, and then A Wild World came on, and I thought, okay, well, yep, that's true. Ooh, baby, baby, it's a wild world.
Yeah.
So I was followed by a moon shadow into a wild world, and now I get to hang out with you.
Right. And it's
How's
funny,
that
the
for
other song he
a
sang.
logical sequence.
Oh, thank you. Sorry. The other song he sang, it just reminded me, was Feeling Groovy.
Oh, okay.
Slow down, you move too fast. But obviously, a total hippie.
Yeah.
But that's so great that Moonshadow and Feeling
funny.
Groovy, like, and also letting you know, I'm sure when Cat Stevens was writing his songs, he wasn't thinking, 5-year-olds, that's my market. You know what I mean?
Right, yeah.
That you just
But he'll take
never
it.
know where your art is going to land. And I love that feeling every time I meet someone, and just the most unexpected places. And so it's a wonderful adventure as an artist. My life feels like an adventure. We don't know what's going to happen,
right.
or characters that you play and you're like, wow, that was great. And they're like, oh, we're going to do 12 more movies. You're like, wait, what?
Okay.
Okay. But just the navigation across the planet and the human beings that I've gotten to meet and connect with because of our work it's wow.
Yeah.
It's like stargazing. It's so vast. You start to understand that the universe is willing to surprise you in strange and beautiful ways always.
It's always welcome.
Yeah.
Yeah, good for you. That's so nice. Man, oh man.
Which voices do people ask you to do the most when you go to conventions?
Ooh,
Like 3 of the top.
Lifeline for sure.
Lifeline.
There was a meme.
Can we hear it?
What is it? Well, everybody wants to hear it. Mozambique, yeah. She's very playful, so she's just like, come and get your birthday present, and she'll be like, last one down and a boom boom, She's very you want her on her team. She's that girl that when things are going really bad, she's like, I see you shaking. Like, she's got some attitude. She's there. She's always got your back. I've always got your back. Jade from Mortal Kombat. I'm like in a girly mood now. I'm like, I don't know if I could do her.
You're doing great.
But she's like, by the gods, no. She's got that real strong from the she's got that gut. She's a fighter, and the regal royal quality.
It's giving me chills. I love that.
It's an honor
game.
to see you and to be beside you in combat. And a lot of soldiers and military professionals play Mortal Kombat.
I wanted to ask you about that role. How taxing is that on your voice? Because there's like screaming in that game. Like the characters are like going crazy.
Yeah, not for Jade. I mean, there was
Like even like the combat though, because you got to record all the combat.
straight from the diaphragm.
Yeah.
It's it's like it's fighting. And for me, there've been several ADR jobs I've gotten where beautiful actress plays a goddess, but she's like, when she fights. And you're like, listen, I got that. I got you.
Yeah.
My mom was she was a military specialist. She's badass, and so I'm aware of the strength of a female warrior. I get to channel that through Jade. Tiki from Miraculous Ladybug.
Okay.
And in that world, she's the one that you're like, you're a hero with or without the costume, You are Ladybug. She's like just really sweet girl. You don't know till you've tried. She's very just like, you could be anything. And, oh, brother,
That's just wild to me how you go from Jade to that. Like, I feel like a lot of the voice actors and actresses we've talked to on this show, kind of, you have that one main registry, Like, I'm thinking of like a Tara Strong, she's very up.
Yeah, very high.
Or, like my dad, he's never asked to do anything but low,
Right.
And the fact that you can just jump around like that is such a talent.
That's a beautiful thing.
And just recently, part of his growing growing up being a woman, but like I'm in World of Warcraft as Zuljara. She's a warrior priestess, and Amani need no one, but it was hard. Like I booked it like in the morning. They wanted kind of a woman king vibe, Viola Davis. I was like, I'm going for it. But there were times where I was like, you're going to have to book me in the morning, because in the afternoon when I've woken up, I'd be like, there's this really great audiobook. They wrote like an 80-page audiobook to go with her backstory lore. It's on YouTube right now, guys. It's phenomenally written, and they asked me to do all the characters and the voices, and and it was the day after I was flying back from London. I had an appearance in England, and I got to meet my co-star, who is playing Lafayette on the West End in Hamilton.
Wow.
So I was already just like, I had just met him, just heard his voice, and a lot of the backstory was us together. But even because it was in the morning, but also I'd just flown like how many hours the night before.
Yeah. Oh,
and I was listening to
not
the
jet lagged at all.
audiobook. I was excited to be there.
Yeah.
But I listen back now, and everything is in this range, right? And I'm thinking, I said, did you guys pitch me down? And they're like, no, that's you. And I'm like, how is that me? Because it's the first time I've really embodied such a strong, like, she's Jade squared, right? And what an incredible way to just like, you get to discover growing up in all of these different places, not just in your heart, but in your voice. So yes, it's magnificent. And I have a few new characters coming out in 2027.
Nice.
Oh my gosh.
Very good.
And I think I'm leaning into my warrior goddess.
Oh, good.
Right on.
Okay.
I think the term is badassery. Are we allowed to say that?
Badassery. Yes, that is the term.
But yeah, I'm in that kick-ass phase of my life.
Yeah.
Right on.
Yeah, and
I see a sword in your future.
Oh, you do? Yes. Yeah. That's nice. I think I used to play. Ironically, used to play a lot of characters who were looking for their father, or their father died when they were a little girl. And I met my biological father in 2016, and now I don't play those characters anymore. I play like princesses, goddesses, which is
What is your favorite? Would you rather be the good guy or the bad guy or the mailman?
I like them
Male
all.
girl.
I love being a part of great storytelling.
Oh, that's a great way to put it.
Wow, like just to get to be around the fire, and we get to tell a story and be a part of, I think that's what voiceovers felt like to me, is the whole world is around a campfire. And I was thinking about it when I was driving here about, like, why does Pooh resonate so much, and all these different characters, especially in the Disney pantheon. But I think it's because outside of culture and skin color and time zones, it's the first art that completely transports us into the humanity that we all share.
Yeah, I agree.
Pooh belongs to everybody.
Well, there you go. Yeah.
And I know you've played more than Winnie the Pooh.
Yeah, but no, I understand what you mean, though. Yeah.
But those characters, the ducks, the dogs, the bears, it's like we gave everyone's inner child permission to share something together. And I think it's really important. I think sometimes streaming media and any kind of media, it's run by advertising. And sometimes as human beings, we love to look at car wrecks, train wrecks, things that are, oh my gosh, to our own detriment. But storytelling right now in the world is being shared on such a global level. It gives me great optimism. Because it's clear that we want to share stories. We want to share the legacy of the human experience.
And it's enriching to us to be the bearer of good news. Like, nobody wants to be the bearer of bad news. Well, be the bearer of good news, because it's out there. Yeah, it really is out there. Yeah, and I had a character that was for Disney. It was played at Illuminations, which was a big fireworks display of all things in Florida and in Disney World. And I was the guy, and they said, well, they didn't want him to sound like an Native American. They didn't want to sound like somebody from India. He didn't want to sound like he was from Europe. And I was like, okay, well, what the hell is he going to sound like? And so I just started in on something, and they went back to a storyteller around a campfire. And that's where so much of the lore that we know and love and respect and admire, that's where all the legends came from stories around a campfire. And that's where it all kind of started, if you think about it.
And definitely.
You know?
And I think we're learning that a lot of our stories are so similar.
Yeah.
I mean, at the core, at that heart level. And I think that gives us all hope.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's that time of the show that we get into some voice swaps. What do you do? You want to play a little game?
Okay.
Don't be afraid.
I didn't stalk
Don't
you
be
properly,
afraid.
so tell me what the voice swaps are.
I'll explain it. It's simple.
Okay.
It's simple. We just trade voices back and forth. So Jim will do an iconic line of one of his, say, since we're talking about Winnie the Pooh, you know, stay as sweet as honey or something like that. Something that, you know, the character's known for saying. And then you'll say that same line, but in one of your character voices.
Okay.
And then we'll swap vice versa a couple times.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Sound good?
Sure.
All right.
All right, so I'll go first. All right, let's go. Should we stick with Pooh?
Let's
Why
do
not?
Pooh.
We'll stick with Pooh. All right, here we go. Would you do me a favor and please pass the honey?
Would you do me a favor and please pass the honey?
Oh, all right. You convinced me. I'll get you some in a minute. Okay, now it's your turn.
Oh.
Can you just say the character as well?
That's Tiki from Miraculous Ladybug. She normally likes cookies, but honey will do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me think.
One of your iconic lines.
Mozambique, yeah.
That's it?
That's
oh,
it.
Oh, fine. Mozambique here?
It's Mozambique here.
Okay. How about the anti-Pooh, Taz? Mozambique here.
That is the best. You're welcome, Apex Legends fans. That is the best.
Well, you never know. Taz is always good. He is a punchline, and he gets punched a lot. So that's my line.
How about, I'm trying to think of one that we don't do a lot. One of your characters that we don't do a lot. Fuzzy Lumpkins. We don't really do Fuzzy Lumpkins much.
That's true. From Powerpuff Girls.
People like Fuzzy Lumpkins.
Okay. Well, he's very much a one-track minded fella. Get off of my property.
Rin Tosaka from the Fate series.
Okay.
Excuse me, I was having tea. Get off my property.
Well, Fuzzy would never say that first part. he was having pot liquor. There you go. Well, thanks for getting on our property today.
Oh.
It was lovely to have you.
It's lovely to be here. I do declare.
Yes, thank you so much for being here. Really
my
enjoyed
gosh.
that.
Yeah.
What a great afternoon.
Do we have anything that you want to tout or say something
would
that's
love
coming
to
out?
tout.
Where can people find you?
MelaLee.com is easy to remember. And the Mela Lee across the socials. I have a brand new album, Stealing Moonlight, that lands March 27th, so it'll be out.
Oh, nice.
It's out right now. Let me know what your favorite song is. It's cinematic indie pop 80s vibe for your midnight drives. I got to work with Michael Herring, who tours with Christina Aguilera.
Wow.
Stevie Black did the
No
strings. He's worked with some up-and-comers like Olivia Rodrigo, Pink, Chappell Roan. And so I got to borrow some really great musicians.
How cool is that?
Pretty great. And my best friend, Alexander Burke, who I did Magnolia Memoir with, he's all over the album. So, and just really... It's my first solo album.
Wow.
So it's my debut vinyl.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
That's no small feat.
Yeah. Lots more music in my future. And I'm trying to convince Mr. Cummings to sing a Christmas tune. So maybe we can do like a holiday EP and bring some good cheer.
Heck yeah.
Yeah?
I love cheer,
Yeah.
especially good cheer.
Can you imagine?
Let's do
And
that.
I've heard you have an incredible voice, sir.
Wow.
Not just for The Lion King, but
Well, shucks. Stop that. You have 20 minutes to cut that out. No, thank you. Thank you. You're very kind.
you're very welcome.
Thanks for being here.
Oh my gosh, it was my pleasure. I only cried once.
It's too bad you're not cute. I mean, I want to take her home.
And just remember, no matter what the day brings, you matter. You mean something, and you make a difference. Thanks, guys.
That's great. Yeah, thank you all so much for watching. Really appreciate you all. I mean, this podcast could not happen without you guys, honestly. And it's been such a fun, also just back to the Fan Expo tour. It's been such a fun time to actually like meet you guys in person and like feel that energy. And each time we do it, the crowd's been getting bigger and bigger. It's actually really exciting, and it makes me. I'm very comfortable in the studio, but when I get on stage, I get a little nervous. Yeah. I'm like, all right, there's no editing this. Let's do it. So once again, why don't I just read off the dates for you guys one more time?
Here we go. Yeah, sounds good.
We got Calgary Fan Expo coming up next. That's in April 23rd to the 26th, followed by Philadelphia, May 29th to the 31st, Chicago, August 14th to the 16th, Toronto, August 27th to the 30th, Dallas, September 11th to the 13th, and I believe that they're still looking to add more dates, so stay tuned on that. And if you like this podcast so much that you want to see more of it, be sure to like and subscribe. It helps us out. It helps you out. Find more content like this. And if you like it so much that you want to see more, good news. You can find more bonus content on Patreon. Toon'd In with Jim Cummings is on Patreon. Bonus interviews that you will not see or hear anywhere else. So be sure to check that out. And with all that said and done, once again, Mela Lee, thank you so much for being here. Really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Really appreciate it. And once again, thank you all for watching. I'm producer Chris, the legend himself, Mr. Jim Cummings. We'll see you in the next one. Great.
The end.